So the story is Uncle Boonmee, who actually, despite what the title says, can't recall his past lives, at least not immediately. Is in a state of terminal illness, and he has a liver issue. His liver is being cleansed, but he is on the path between this life and the next. And whilst sitting down to a meal, his deceased wife appears at the table. She just literally fades in. They're all sitting around talking, and she just fades in. And then she's there as a real, tangible presence, and she talks to him from beyond the grave, but she is now living with him. And then a character appears, which is a full-grown monkey or gorilla with glowing eyes, which turns out to be what has happened to his son, who has mated with a ghost monkey. And then we go off into another sequence which involves a princess, an aging princess, who has a strange erotic encounter with a fish, of which I should point out the BBFC says scene takes place in a small lake with a woman floating on her back in the water, shot from the waist up, but her movements are not vigorous. But there is a brief shot of a catfish flapping about.
Well, you don't want that, do you?
No, but
it's really, that would upset.
It is
some people.
Genuinely very strange. Here's what I like about the film.
Is the just on the catfish? Why is that? What is happening there?
Okay, I don't think it's possible to explain in literal terms. Here are the things that I liked about it. Firstly,
is she fishing?
No. Well, I've never heard it called that before. Okay. In terms of the general tone, it reminded me, as you do an awful lot of this stuff, there is a link.
Does she use bait?
Can we not go there? Okay. There are things about it that if David
Lynch have a license?
Shut up.
Okay.
David Lynch would love this movie, okay, because there's an awful lot of it which actually is similar to the territory which he talked about in Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me, in which it is, we live inside a dream and the next world is immediately there, very tangible. The ghosts in the film exist in a very real and physical way, not as strange spectral apparitions, although they are both strange and spectral, but they are also strangely normalised. And effectively, what the film is about the moment of passing between life and death and the coexistence of this world and the next. And the best way of describing it is to say that it is a film which has a lightness of touch and a very upbeat approach towards death, a very upbeat approach towards the persistence of the soul in whatever format. I mean, to some extent, it's Tibetan Book of the Dead as done, on screen. Obviously, there are moments in it that are, as I said, when I described that thing about there's the monkey with the glowing eyes and there's the woman having the relationship with the catfish. Obviously, there are moments that could very, very easily tip over into just, there was a point when I was watching it with the guy sitting in the monkey suit with the glowing eyes, in which I thought, is it me or is this actually just completely absurd? And obviously, the absurdity is there. But as with all the David Lynch films, in which, for example, you have the small guy walking backwards and talking backwards, and meanwhile the log lady who comes in stroking a log and say, my log saw something last night, but now the owls are hooting in the trees. You can, if you want, choose to be derisive about it. But actually what I really liked what I liked about the film was that it has a very gentle attitude towards its metaphysics. It is, in the best possible sense, a film about the good things about death. A film about the gap between this world and the next, the connection between this world and the next. It's very odd, it's very strange, it's very sensitively done with a sense of its own surrealism, but also keeping its feet firmly in what it considers to be a realistic tone. So even during the catfish and even during the monkey and even during all that stuff, it is all shot with the slightly flat, matter-of-fact eye of somebody for whom this stuff is not spectral and weird, but is strangely down to earth. I liked it very much.